So today's research is going to be centered around the normal and fast mode on the freeze dryer. Now, traditionally speaking, what I understand from Harvest Right, the fast mode is where heat is generated for a few seconds or a few minutes every hour, and then the heat is cut off and everything is allowed to cool. So it's more of a cyclical wave for the fast mode. And the normal mode is supposed to be more consistent. So I have two sets of trays, and everything has the exact same weight on each tray. So we have some shredded cheese that's 223 grams. We have some veggies that are 283 grams. We have some pepperoni, 11 grams, some sliced turkey for 93 grams. We have a hamburger patty for 85 grams. Tomatoes for 35 grams, and we have some milk, 450 grams, which is about 2 cups. So I have two identical trays just like this. We're going to put them into the freeze dryer at exactly the same temperature of the freeze dryer. We're going to run the default program that Harvest Right has designed, and the final dry is going to be exactly the same time. So everything should be exactly consistent, except for the fast and normal mode. And then we're going to take a look and compare the food to see if the appearance is any different. We're going to reconstitute it to see if the taste or the texture or the fiber or everything. We're going to take a look and see if there's any difference between those two modes, and perhaps which one is going to be better on what type of food. For my first mode, we're going to run the standard mode. So this is my custom menu that I always use. So we're going to go ahead and hit reset, put us back to all the parameters that Harvest Right has recommended. We're going to put the dry mode over to normal, and we're going to hit save and start. The first part of the load has finished. Now this load was on the normal cycle, and it has the exact same food, same weights as the batch that's in the freeze dryer now on the fast cycle. So the next step we're going to do, we're going to weigh all these ingredients, all these different foods, and find out exactly how much water was removed, so that when we rehydrate it, we're going to put the exact same amount of water back into the foods, rehydrate the foods, and then we're going to take a taste test between the fast mode food and the normal mode food. This is the second batch that I have run with the same food, same weight, same everything, but I ran this load under the fast mode. So I'm going to package all this up, and then we're going to compare the weights, the color, condition, the taste between regular mode and fast mode. I have 7 foods I freeze dried on the standard mode on the freeze dryer. So I have cheese, vegetables, hamburger, tomatoes, pepperoni, turkey, and milk. I'm going to go ahead and rehydrate these. Now, before I freeze dried these, I took the weight before and after, so I know exactly how much water was removed from each food. I'm going to put that same amount back in liquid form, except for the cheese. With the cheese, if I just dump water in here, it's just going to make a big mess. So with the cheese, I'm going to use a spray bottle and introduce the moisture really slow, so the cheese doesn't get soggy. So I'm going to do this with the standard mode, and then do the same thing with the fast mode, and then we're going to have a taste test to see if anyone can taste any difference in texture, in color, in whatever the case may be, to see if there's truly a difference between the two. I've rehydrated these 3 bags, the hamburger, the turkey, the pepperoni, and tomatoes. I'm setting those aside. I just kind of want to show you some of the methods I use to rehydrate. We're going to do the milk first. I think the best way of rehydrating any freeze-dried food is going to be with hot water. Now, if you're going to be doing milk and you're going to be using it to drink, I'd still use hot water out of the tap and then just put it in the fridge to cool it down to drink it. We're going to start with the milk. So the milk was 450 grams when I started out, and it ended up at 52. So I have 398 grams of hot water. Putting this into a 1-quart container, and then putting my milk in with that. The reason I think hot water is best, because with the milk fat that's in the milk is going to dissolve a lot better in a hot liquid than a cold liquid. So this is basically warm milk that after it's been placed in the fridge and cooled down, it will be ready to taste test. Next up is our mixed vegetables. We have, let's see, peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, some kind of bean, maybe a lima bean. We started at 283 grams, finished at 26 grams, so we're putting 257 grams of water back into our vegetables. Get as much air out as we can. Now, one other thing about food safety, with these wet vegetables and meats and such, you can leave them out at room temperature for 2 hours, but then after that they need to go into the fridge. But we're going to put all this food into the fridge and have it rehydrate probably for several hours. The mild cheddar cheese is a little bit different kind of an animal. I started at 223 grams, ended up with 150 grams. And this is really, really dry. Now, this is where I'm not going to use hot water to rehydrate it, and I'm not going to pour water into the bag to rehydrate it, but I'm going to spread it out on a tray or a dish, and this dish is on my scale. And so right now I have the weight as it came out of the freeze dryer at 150 grams. I need to take this to 223 grams, but I don't want the cheese to get mushy. So I have a spray bottle filled with water, and I'm going to go ahead and spray this until the weight comes up to 223 grams. And as I do this, I'm going to kind of move the cheese around so it gets hydrated equally. And we're going to let it sit and rest for a while. I'll come back and do it some more. Now have the same foods that went through the freeze dryer on the fast mode. Exactly the same foods, same weights, and I marked before and after, so I'll go ahead and reconstitute these foods the same way as the foods on the standard mode, and we'll start our taste test. This is fast mode milk, is standard mode milk. So it's not what tastes like the original. What out of those 2 samples, which one tastes better? So try that one first. Now try this one. Tell me if there's any difference.
Need some coffee beans to clear the palate.
Is one better than the other?
This one's far better. This one's far closer.
Okay. So this is standard and this is fast. You're saying this is better?
Yes.
Okay. This is fast mode, this is standard. So which one tastes better? Use that for it if you want.
Standard had more juice.
Okay. Okay, this is the fast mode vegetables and standard vegetables.
Have to eat it all.
No, let's take a sample of each one. So sample that one, sample this one, back and forth, find out. Tell me which one you like the best. Are you not a broccoli eater?
I like broccoli.
We'll try broccoli from each one. Need a glass of water.
This one's super watery.
Okay. How about this one?
This one's not as watery, and I almost prefer this one.
Okay, so you like the
Fast mode.
fast mode over the standard mode.
Mhm.
Okay. Fast mode hamburger with cheese patty, and this is the standard hamburger and cheese. That's been heated. Okay.
Tastes fine.
All right.
Standard got a better texture and a better flavor.
Okay, standard has better texture and better flavor. This is sliced turkey, so this is fast mode and standard.
Fast mode seemed to retain a little bit more juice, but really, it's
The milk right here is fast mode, and this is standard. Okay. Now try this one.
That one's better.
So the standard's better.
That one tastes like powdered milk that you buy at the store.
Okay. The next one we have is shredded cheese. This is fast and this is standard. So here's the fast. Okay. Any thoughts?
It's good.
Okay. This is standard.
The first one was more moist than the second one.
So this was more moist than so the fast mode was more moist than the standard. But how about taste, texture?
I like the first one better.
You like the fast better.
Mhm.
Okay. The next is mixed vegetables, fast and standard.
It's good.
Now try this one. Okay. So no difference between the two. Okay, next is sliced turkey breast. This is fast. How's that taste? Does it taste like turkey? Does it have any flavor? Okay.
Yeah. The standard has more flavor and texture.
So this has more flavor, more texture than the fast. What's wrong with the fast?
It's passable.
Okay. The next is cheeseburger. Heated. Here's fast, and here's standard.
The standard was more flavorful.
Okay, more flavor. Did the fast have any flavor at all?
It did, but it wasn't anywhere near as good as the
Standard.
standard.
Okay. Next is tomato. This is the fast. This is standard.
That has a little bit more flavor, but there's really not much difference between the two of them.
So the standard, you want to taste the, so the standard has more flavor than the fast. So I have my daughter Danny here.
Hi.
So this is fast and this is standard. So try this one first.
Okay.
Should I comment on the aroma or the
Sure,
bouquet?
Okay.
Okay.
This is the standard mode. Tell me which one you like between the two.
I think I like this one better.
Why?
It tastes more like actual milk right out of the jug.
Okay, this is shredded cheese. So this is the fast method. Do you need a glass of water to clean your palate?
I mean, I'm thirsty. I think I like the first one a little bit better.
And why
The
do you
standard tastes drier.
taste drier? So you like this?
Like stale almost.
So you like the fast one better?
Yes.
Okay. Next on the list is tomato. Here's your fork.
Okay.
This is standard.
Feel like the fast one has more flavor in it, and the texture is just a little better.
Okay, so you like the fast one
Yeah.
better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one we have are mixed vegetables. This is fast mode. And this is standard.
The standard one definitely soggier. Like there's been more breakdown of the cellular walls.
Okay.
So the fast mode is a little bit crisper.
Okay. Next we have the cheeseburger. This is fast.
Hot, 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 hot.
And this is
I think the standard one was just a little juicier.
okay.
Flavor-wise, they're pretty much the same though.
But I thought the standard was a little bit more juicy.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is turkey breast luncheon meat. This is fast and standard.
Standard's a little drier. I like the fast one better.
I like the fast one better. Okay, I have the results of my taste test. This is not something that is absolute. This is just 3 people's individuals. If you really wanted to get something a little bit more technical, we'd have to do several hundreds of these taste tests to see which mode is better. But here we go. And please, may I remind you, no wagering. So, with the milk, fast mode versus standard mode. Well, the results are all standard. Everyone liked the standard milk much better than the fast mode milk. They kind of said the fast mode was a little bit more watery than the standard, and the milk was reconstituted gram for gram. Tomatoes. This is a real big contender. A lot of people don't like freeze-dried tomatoes when they're reconstituted because they get kind of soggy. But anyway, the results for the tomatoes was split. They liked the standard mode a little bit more than the fast mode. Mixed vegetables, depending on how you like your vegetables, your broccoli, your carrots, cauliflower, a little bit of everything mixed in here. The results were all fast mode. And this kind of surprised me. I thought that the standard mode would have done better. Cheeseburger, one of my favorite little things to do. The results for cheeseburgers was a big sweep on standard. So basically, you could say that maybe standard does a better job on meats. Sliced turkey breast. Now, if the cheeseburger won on standard, how do you think turkey breast is going to do? Well, it was a split vote. 2 votes for fast mode and only 1 vote for the standard. Going to shredded cheese. Fast mode or standard? Well, fast mode won again on the shredded cheese. Shredded cheese is a little bit harder to reconstitute, but that's why we used a spray bottle and just did a little water at a time so it wouldn't get mushy. What does this all mean? Well, there's a fast mode and there's a standard mode, and I would urge you to try this test yourself and see what you like. What kind of foods do you like under fast mode and standard mode? Fast mode seems to be the most popular. It's the quickest mode. Standard is a little bit slower, but in some cases, some people think the standard mode may do a little bit better. But it may not just be the mode. I think a big part of this is how the food is reconstituted, and we're going to be covering that later. So thank you for your time. I enjoyed doing this video, and as always, please subscribe. It's your subscriptions that make these videos possible. So until I see you again and send another video, go forth and freeze dry the world.